Well, hello there. You're watching Arise Entertainment 360. I'm Shannon Lanier.
And I'm Lola Ogunike, and we're here to bring you the newest and hottest stories in American entertainment, culture, and sports.
So coming up, the critics keep coming after Gwyneth Paltrow. And this teeny, weeny, what do you call it? Teeny, weeny, kids bikini. Teeny, weeny, kids bikini is the reason why she's under attack again.
Okay, plus director Shala Lynch is here to tell us all about her new documentary, Free Angela, and what's next from her.
And she's the woman behind the dirt that she gets on all of Black Hollywood. Sister to sisters, Jamie Foster Brown dishes with us.
I love Jamie Foster Brown.
Yeah.
She always has this scoop.
The best stories that no one else gets.
And she's been doing it for almost more than 2 decades.
Yeah.
Woo!
So she's gonna dish with us.
Maybe
and I'm
she'll
excited.
tell me the scoop about you.
Uh-oh. There's none really.
Skeletons in your closet.
Oh, if anyone knows it, she does.
So I got to talk to you about my last night. Last night, you know, I always go out, try to check out New York City, and I went to Jones Magazine. They had a private dinner for a group of us, and it was really, really sexy crowd.
So what happened there?
Well, they had a private dinner. Londell McMillan, who's a celebrity attorney to the stars, he debuted the new issue of the magazine, and a lot of little celebrities came out. There's Estelle. You know, she sings that song, American Boy. So she was there. And then there was a shot of me with Angela Simmons, Reverend Run's daughter, who we'll be talking about the Run family later in the show.
That's right.
And yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. Had a nice piece of salmon, nice salad.
Sounds good. So it looks like there's still a lot to look for what he's doing.
You know, Londell, that man.
Keeps busy.
Yes, he does. He keeps busy. Well, you know someone else who's keeping a little too busy in the bad moves department? That is Justin Bieber. He's currently on his European tour, and Swedish police reportedly confiscated a small amount of drugs and a stun gun from his tour bus. While police wouldn't verify what kind of drugs were found, they say that the smell of marijuana coming from the bus made them investigate. No one has been arrested yet.
I'm sure he's now singing that song, It Wasn't Me. It wasn't me. I don't know.
That Shaggy song?
Yeah, the Shaggy song.
What made you think of that song?
Because that's what the celebrities always say. It wasn't me. That's a shame. Well, I hope he gets it together, and I hope it wasn't him that was actually doing the drugs on the bus.
I hope it wasn't him either.
Well, other bad news for the photographer and publishing executive who took those topless photos of Kate Middleton, allegedly.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, they're facing a criminal investigation. Ernesto Murum, who runs French magazine and Closer, and Valerie Saou,
who is believed to have taken the pictures, has been charged with invasion of privacy. Now, the published pictures of the Duchess on vacation caused a massive outrage. Closer magazine defended its decision, saying that the photos were taken from a public road. Well, Middleton and Prince William sued the magazine, and a court barred the release of additional photos.
Wow. Well, you know, if anybody's going to get something barred, it's Kate Middleton. So I can't have that stuff out there about me, so.
Well, speaking of barring, Beyonce is making sure no unwanted photos are published of her. She's banned all professional photographers from snapping her on stage during her Mrs. Carter Show world tour. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but she has the power to do it.
Well, you know, remember those unflattering pics of Beyonce following her Super Bowl performance?
Oh, right.
Well, apparently she was so upset about them, she's had her publicist try and get them removed from around the world.
Wow.
And now she's banning all photographers. Well, according to The Guardian, only Frank Missolata, ooh, I like that name. Well, he's the only one who'll be taking the official photographs, and he'll just distribute them to the press.
Wow. Now you know you have some star power when you can do that.
When you can actually shut down people. Well, what about
This is an
camera
arena.
phones? Yeah, what are you going to do
That's
about
true.
camera phones? What are you going to do about?
Everyone has them.
And I just think, you know what, you're going to actually drive up the black market, if you will, for bad pictures of you.
Well, maybe she'll be able to make more money off those pictures and say, well, now I'm going to sell those pictures of myself. So at least if they're going to get out, she's going to be the one benefiting from them.
I'm not sure if it's it's a smart business move if you really think about it.
'Cause
I
the
mean,
more press,
she's
the
already
better,
had,
right?
yeah, and you've already, I mean, Tina Turner, do you think Tina Turner is thinking Proud Mary and thinking of bad photos of her? No. If you're a performer and you're in the groove, that's all you should really care about. If your face is contorted, who cares?
When you're in the groove, one person I know that sings and puts her all into it is Fantasia, and she makes some faces. She sings, she's like, ooh, and she let us take pictures of her, and she was doing her thing.
Well, if she doesn't want to look like that, then just sit on a stool and just
sing pretty.
Yeah, and sway.
La, la, la. Well,
But if you're doing all this, then that's the way it's going to be.
How to do it? Do it? Okay, let me find out. All right. Well, speaking of funny dances, YouTube is bringing the funny to a computer, phone, or tablet near you. The online channel announced today it's Comedy Week. The 7-day showcase will feature some of comedy's top performers like Vince Vaughn, Craig Robinson, and Seth Rogen. The event will start on May 19th and feature a mix of stand-up, sketches, and musical performances. The Comedy Week will run through May 25th. I can't wait to see that. There's probably going to be some awesome, funny stuff, right?
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is hysterical, and Craig Robinson is too. They're all funny, so.
I wonder if they're going to also put on those like funny little videos, like we had the dancing babies on yesterday. Will they do some of those along with Comedy Week?
I love a good viral video.
Yeah, it keeps you up. When you're sad, you're down, go to YouTube and makes you laugh, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, another thing that's going to be out soon is Richard Pryor. You know, he was a trailblazer in the world of comedy, and comedians today still turn to him for inspiration.
You know, for years, many have tried to bring his story to life, and now it's finally happening. There's a new documentary that captures the magic behind the man. We had an opportunity to check it out and talk with the people who helped make this a reality. Let's take a look. We've been covering the Tribeca Film Festival all week, and one of the best films we've seen has to be the new documentary, Richard Pryor, Omit the Logic. He was known for being uncompromising, electric, and brutally honest. In his short-lived TV show, he pushed all kinds of boundaries.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President, since you've become president, you've been courting an awful lot of white women. Will this continue?
As long as I can keep it up.
The film's director, Marina Zenovich, and Richard's former wife, Jennifer Lee Pryor, talk at length about his legacy and his enduring influence on the world of comedy.
Richard Pryor is one of the top comedians of all time. His influence among comedians, black or white, is astounding.
I can't move it! He got a bad arm! And he can't move it!
He crushed the barriers, white and black, and he created a new voice for comics in general. It was enough of the my wife jokes to what we as humans experience in life. So he really dealt with humanity and what we all deal with. He really gave new voice to everybody, and the comics just crashed through after that. They all really looked to Richard as the voice and the comic who did it, who, you know, really broke ground and broke through the barriers.
Wow, that looks like an impressive documentary. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really well done. I mean, and they gave the people access, so that's the key. We'll talk about that with Shala Lynch more about just how important it is as a documentarian to have access. Access is key.
Right. It makes a big difference in being able to tell the full story of these people.
I mean, she had access to Angela Davis for her documentary, Free Angela, and like, it's just genius. So good documentaries all around. I'm excited. I'm excited. Woo. Well, speaking of documentaries, the family of Amy Winehouse has given their approval for a documentary about the late British soul singer. In a statement, the Winehouse family said they've been approached by many people wanting to tell Amy's story, but they chose award-winning director Asif Kapadi because he would, quote, look at Amy's story with sensitivity, honesty, and without sensationalizing her. Now, Kapadi, you know, he directed the 2010 film Senna, and that was on the Brazilian life of the champion racer Ayrton Senna, who died in a crash in 1994.
Wow, so he really goes into those deep type of documentaries. Who have passed away and their legacy lives on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Good for him. We're looking forward to all those documentaries. And Gwyneth Paltrow, she just can't buy any good press these days.
She sure can't.
You know, it was just one day after being named People Magazine's most beautiful person that critics are at it again. Now this time they're attacking her for her children's bikini line that's sold exclusively on her Goop website. Some folks are up in arms about the $45 black two-piece for kids created by swimsuit designer Melissa Autobash. So it's really interesting how people were saying that it's revealing too much.
It's a bikini. It's a kid's bikini. Anyway, a representative from Kidscape, a British foundation that works to stop child abuse, told the Daily Mail, quote, "We remain very opposed to the sexualization of children and the dangers that have been discussed at length, so it is a great pity that such trends continue and they carry celebrity endorsement." A spokesperson for Paltrow reportedly told E! Online that the criticism is absurd, adding that a two-piece bathing suits, they've been worn by young girls for decades. Right. I mean, Shannon, I really think that this is much ado about nothing.
Yeah, and you know, people, when their kids are even very little, they don't even wear a swimsuit at all half the time. They just wear bottoms and they go into the water. So it's interesting that people are coming after her, and I think it's maybe due to her celebrity status that they're saying we're going to attack her about this issue.
Leave Gwyneth alone. Give the girl a break. Okay, so she's skinny and beautiful and blonde. All right, fine.
Just leave her alone.
Leave
Let her
Gwyneth
be.
alone. Let her be.
I tell you, she's still one of people's most beautiful people.
She is.
So.
Goodness, the haters are hating.
They're hating, all right.
They're hating on her.
Oh, goodness. Well, moving on, in other news, Neil Diamond is lending a helping hand to the victims of the Boston bombing. He's pledged to donate royalties from his song, Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. And he's donating it to One Fund Boston. The organization has raised more than $23 million for victims. Sales from Diamond's song, which is played at every Red Sox home game, has gone up 557%. And it's been downloaded more than 19,000 times.
Diamond performed this song at Fenway Park this past weekend, actually, and he told Rolling Stone magazine that he's writing a new song about the bombing and other tragedies. Wow. And according to the Boston Globe, it was decided in 2002 to make the song an eighth-inning staple. And you know, by the way, that song, it was recorded in 1969, and it was actually an homage to Carolyn Kennedy, the daughter of the late president.
Wow, filled with knowledge, just dropping
I know, I'm just dropping all the fun facts on you. You weren't ready for that.
Well, you know, Mark Wahlberg, he also said that he would consider bringing back his group Funky Bunch to also help out some of the Boston victims. I was like, can you imagine that coming back?
It's a very good vibration, I guess.
I don't know, but I thought it was interesting that he would bring that back because, you know, he's a Bostonite, and so, you know, the more
are they going to go on tour?
I don't know about all that.
Okay, they're just going to come back together?
He said he would consider it, maybe coming back and do a benefit concert.
A benefit concert,
yeah,
okay.
So, interesting stuff. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
As long as he brings those abs and those arms, I'm all good.
Oh, Lord. Moving on, Ben Affleck is also throwing in his support, and this time it's behind a new campaign to bring attention to worldwide poverty. The Oscar-winning director has pledged to keep his food and drink costs to $1.50 for one day.
That's impossible. You can't even get a soda for $1.50.
Right, you can't even eat at McDonald's for that price. But they actually say that that's the minimum sum globally accepted to define extreme poverty worldwide. And the Live Below the Line project is designed to give a glimpse into the lives of 1.4 billion people who have no choice but to live below the line every day. And you know, they have to make $1.50 cover more than just food. So when you say it's not possible for a meal for the full day, they have to cover meal expenses, costs, clothing, everything for $1.50. So it's good that he's bringing attention to this thing.
What's the least amount you could live on?
A day?
Yeah, for food. You eat a lot.
$20.
I was gonna say, you eat a lot, so I know.
Good 20, and that's making it at home myself.
I lived on $5 a day in grad school.
Really?
Yes. I would buy a $4 chicken sandwich, 50 cents on a bagel in the morning, and if I was feeling fancy, I would splurge on something for another 50 cents.
Well, that's a good point. In college, and that is very good.
I know. I trust me, I remember. So when I eat well, I enjoy my meals, because I remember the days when it was bagels and cream cheese.
So you got to get creative, though. I used to get in college those Roman noodles, or ramen noodles, however you say it. Ramen noodles. The
You're
noodles.
Like Romanian noodles, rambunctious noodles, yes.
The 25-cent noodles.
Okay,
Those ones.
got
you get some chicken breast, you chop it up. You got to get creative with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a gourmet meal when I was done with it. Watch
Chef
out.
Shannon's in the house.
I was just trying to eat.
I hear you.
For $1.50. So, you know, I try to make it happen.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so we have a lot more coming up today.
We
so I'm
sure
very
do.
excited about what's coming up.
We sure do. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, and we want to know about you. What could you live off of? We said it was $1.50 for the lowest poverty level. We told you about our stories. What's your story? Tweet us at Arise TV 360.